Good morning everyone. I am Epitha from Thandai Periyar Government Institute of Technology, Vellore, Department of ECE. Today I will be discussing about the subject microprocessors and microcontrollers. Unit number 5, Interfacing Microcontrollers. The topic is Programming 8051 Timers. So this is the outline of the presentation. Introduction, timer, timer mode register, timer control register, hardware configuration of timer, modes of timer, and application. So let's get into introduction. Interfacing, it can be defined as transferring of data between the microcontrollers. Interfacing, it is one of the important concept in 8051 microcontroller because the microcontroller is a CPU that can perform some operation on a data and give the output. Some interfacing peripherals are sensors, timers, keypads, motors, and etc. So however, to perform the operation we need an input device to enter the data, and in turn the output device displays the results of the operation. Timer. So timer is a specialized type of clock which is used to measure time intervals. It maintains the timing of an operation in synchronization with the system clock or external clock. The timers are peripherals in controllers that can be used in time-based application. A timer peripheral, it contains some registers, those are called the timer registers. So the timers are 16-bit register, and hence in 8051 microcontroller we have timer 0 and timer 1. So here is the block diagram: crystal oscillator divided by 12 units and timer X. This X indicates 0 and 1. It gets the clock signal from the crystal oscillator, and this frequency it is given as an input to the circuit that is being divided by 12. So why? Because one machine cycle it is nothing but 12 clock cycle, and therefore this circuitry is called divided by 12 circuitry, to which I am going to give an input from the crystal oscillator, and output of the circuit will be given as an input to the timer. Then this is the timer register. The timers T0 and T1. Here we have TL0 and TH0. The TL0 it indicates the lower byte, whereas the TH0 indicates the higher byte. It goes same with the timer 1 as well. So the timer 0 in 8051 microcontroller, it cannot access the 16-bit register. So that is why we have divided this into two, lower byte and higher byte. So these TL0, TH0, TL1, TH1 are the registers for holding the values. So the timer is started when these registers will be holding the value. It means the number of clock pulse that is received by the timer, it will be indicated by the registers. So this is the timer mode register. Timer mode register, it is used to set various timer operating modes for timer 0 and timer 1. Here we see the register bit pattern of timer mode register, and the 8-bit register, first 4 bits are the most significant 4 bits. These are for timer 1, and the lower last 4 bits are for timer 0. So if we program first 4 bits, it is for timer 1, and if we program the last 4 bits, it is for timer 0. So these are the function of the T-mode register bits. First is the gate bit. So if it is 0, then it is a software control. So if it is 0, I am controlling the timer with the help of software. Software, it is nothing but the instruction. With the help of instruction I am controlling the timer. If gate bit is 1, then it is hardware control. It is programmed to 1, then it means I am controlling the timer with the help of hardware. So I have to use the instructions along with the interrupt signal. Then CT bar. CT bar, If C t bar is equal to 0, it is used as timer. If C t bar is equal to 1, then it is used as the counter. Here we see different modes, mode 0 and mode 1. The required operation will be explained in later slides. So this is the timer control register, and this is the register bit pattern of timer control register, and it is also said to be the TCON. So let's get into the hardware configuration of the timer. So in hardware configuration, the oscillator frequency, it is given to one circuit that is being divided by 12, and the output is given to the timer. So the timer, it also gets the clock signal from the other source, that is T1 bar 0 input pin. If CT bar bit is 0, then it will be working as timer. So the timer registers are going to get the clock signal from the oscillator frequency. If CT bar is 1, then it will be working as counter. It gets the clock signal from T1 bar 0, and it depends upon the timer we use. So if I get the clock signal, then the timer will start, or else it will stop. So moving on to the gate bit, so it describes whether the timer is controlled with the help of hardware or software. As we have discussed, if the gate bit is 0, then I am controlling the timer with the help of software. If the gate bit is 1, then I am controlling the timer with the help of hardware. So in order to start the timer, then the respective TR bit, it should be programmed to 1, and if 1 and 1 is given to the input of AND gate, obviously the output will be 1. So this switch gets closed. So the timer register, it is going to get all the clock signal from the oscillator frequencies. Moving on to the modes of timer. So first we'll see about mode 0. So mode 0, this is the 13-bit timer mode. So here the TL1, it has 5 bits, and TH1, it has 8 bits. So 13-bit register is used. So in this, if CT bar is equal to 0, it acts as timer. Then the register is incremented after every machine cycle. So for that, the control switch is to be closed. Then the output of the AND gate is to be high to close the switch. So we can discuss two cases. In case 1, if T or 1 is equal to 1 and gate is equal to 0, and INT 1 bar, if it is equal to 0, what will be the case? So in this case, if gate is equal to 0, by using the NOT gate, 1 is applied to the OR gate. Here INT 1 bar is equal to 0, so the output of the OR gate is 1. So if TR 1 is equal to 1, then the output of the AND gate is also 1. Then the control switch is closed. So if CT bar is equal to 1, so here if CT bar is equal to 1, then it is used as counter. Then the 8 bits of TH1 and 5 bits of TL1 form the 13-bit register. It is used for the counting. So if we discuss about the case 2, if TR0 is equal to 1 and gate is equal to 1, and if INT 1 bar is equal to 1, then we can get the output of OR gate as 1. So that is, if gate is equal to 1, then 0 is applied at the OR gate, and INT 1 bar is equal to 1. So the output of the OR gate is 1. So if TR1 is equal to 0, then the timer 1, it will be turned on. So these are the explanation with this mode 0 operation. Moving on to mode 1. it is same as this mode 0 operation. Here the 8 bits of TL0 and 8 bits of TH0 are being used. So these bits, 8 bits of TH0 and 8 bits of TL0, a totally 16 bit register, it can be used for counting. So if all the 16 bits it goes from 1s to 0, then obviously this TF0 it will be equal to 1. So this is about the mode 1 operation. Moving on to mode 2. This mode, it is also known as auto reload mode. As in previous modes, if the bits of TL it goes from 1s to 0s, then the timer overflow flag is set as TF is equal to 1. Then the content of TH it is being loaded to TL, as we see in this diagram. Then the counting is started. So this is about the mode 2 operation. Moving on to mode 3, the timer 0 and timer 1, it can be operated in mode 0, mode 1 and mode 2, but mode 3 is possible only for timer 0, not for timer 1. So the TL0 and TH0 it becomes two separate counters. As we see in this diagram, it becomes two separate counters. So the TL0 it is controlled by the gate and timer overflow flag, and TF0 it is set whenever all the bits in TL0 it goes from 1s to 0s, and this TH0 it receives the clock under the control of TR0, and the timer overflow flag TF1 it is set when all bits of TH0 it goes from 1s to 0s. So this is about the mode 3 operation. So these are the applications. It is being used for producing precise time delay. It is used to repeat or initiate an action at a known period of time. For example, we can say setting up an alarm which triggers at a point. So as of now, we have discussed about the programming 8051 timers. Thank you.